What's going on, everybody? We are back. Little live before lock action. Whether you're watching on Elite Fantasy Sports, over on the Sorare YouTubes, or as you can see right here on Twitchy Gang, we're back, baby, and we got news, dude. We got news for this slate. There's just teams straight up resting tonight. We got a little bit of everything, but before we dive in, who do we got? We got Boston Sean in Chile, Massachusetts. Borland doing a tropical joke over in Minnesota. We got Dennis in the chat. Yeah, ¿cómo se va? Ça va bien. There we go. How about that? How about that for that shit? Patty Coin in the chat. Yeah, hey, listen, I'll tell you what, man. I got for Christmas here, I got like a little not a brace, but it's like an on-the-go heating slash massage thing. Oh, I'll DM you. It's A+. Buenos tardes, amigos. We got Magic Murillo in the chat. Marco here, our Portuguese prince. Sully's up in here. Bottomine Sengels. Trey Young to the whiz. Yeah, maybe. We got Bad Step up in here. Who else? Who we got? Miss Blackie. Hello and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. We got a good one. And we haven't been able to do this in a while. And Borland, I'm going to give you a chance to guess what the hashtag is, because this is your favorite one to comment on. And it's not Nas Reed, but it's a throwback to one we've done a year or two ago. I'm going to give Borland a chance to do it, and then I'm going to share it. We'll give away an in-season limited tier card. I just remembered I got to hook my boy Sneeps up. I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to do that now as I get ready to share it. But I'm curious to see if Borland can nail it. There he goes! Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Reese knows too. Hashtag hard on, as our guy James Harden is not back in action yet. Well, we don't know. James Harden, a late Q tag, which is kind of tough here. While you guys do that, I'm going to make sure we get Sneeps his in-season card for winning his the last giveaway that we did. Get him a little in-season action. We've got a ton of news to sift through today too, which sucks. It's too much news. If I'll say it. It's too much news. It's too much news. The Nuggets are messing around with us. Everybody's just kind of being a weenie, you know. Let's hit Borland. Excuse me. Let's hit Sneeps up a little Tyrese Proctor, so the next time the Cavs sit some guys, he can get hooked up over there. All right. So while that happens, and you guys put a hard on in there, as you guys know, the way we'll break this down, we'll go through game by game of the 8-game slate tonight. Then we'll take a look at the rest of the week. We'll go into projections. Then I will build my lineups. I haven't touched my lineups yet. I did log on, though. What did I craft this? We'll look at what I crafted. I forget already. And then we'll get into your questions. We'll get you guys set up for this game week, and then we'll get you on out of here. I'm assuming, I think like the biggest news we're just waiting for right now is James Harden for tonight. Other than that, I think it's I wouldn't say clean, but we got a good feel for what's happening here. All right, let's go over to the worldwide leader. Let's go look at the scores for tonight, or the scoreboard, that is. All right, so we got the Bing Bong Boys. The Knicks are taking on the Pistons. This line is shrinking towards Detroit. I was kind of surprised by that. No Jalen Duren tonight. There's no Tobias Harris. Karis LeVert's doubtful. Looks like they've got Duncan Robinson back, though. So it is B-Ball Paul season. It is B-Ball Paul season. That is what's happening. Paul Reed, it's happening. That's what we're doing. Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart, you could probably play him as well. For the Bing Bong Boys, they're relatively healthy. They're still without Josh Hart and Landry Shamet face. Deuce McBride's up over 30 minutes again. So that's what we got for that game. Chicago, the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are playing the Celtics. It sounds like Kobe White is trending towards playing some basketball tonight, but I don't think he's playable. I think he's going to be on a pretty strict minute restriction if he comes back, so I wouldn't be going to Kobe White. There's still no Josh Giddey there. Jalen Smith is concussed, so he's not playing basketball. Maybe Kevin Huerter. Does Kevin Huerter get back in the starting lineup? That could be a fun little play. Ayo DeSumo, Trey Jones, all those guys get a little bit of boost. For Boston, they're pretty healthy here at this point. Jaylen Brown, fresh off a drop in 50 real-ass points on the Los Angeles Clippers. You can mess with JB, with Derek White, fast PP, Luka Garza. Jordan Walsh all of a sudden played 30 minutes again, but good luck figuring that out. Then we got A-Town down and Toronto Raptors, as Borland mentioned. According to the Stein line, Mark Stein, Washington Wizards could be a landing spot for Trae Young. And that's just fucking comedy, baby. But Atlanta here, they get Porzingis back. It sounds like the Zanger's only going to play about 20 minutes or so. There's no Trae Young tonight. Other than that, relatively healthy. On the Toronto side, still no Turtle Power, no Jakob Poeltl. RJ Barrett seems to be up above 30 minutes, though. That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun in a game that is a fun fantasy environment. The Phoenix Suns, they played last night. Devin Booker hit that game-winning triple. They're making their way downtown to Houston. I don't know if anybody caught this yesterday, but they had some plane issues, some technical malfunctions, weren't able to leave Oklahoma City last night. I think that game was in OKC, right? Or was that game in Phoenix? Wherever that game was, they weren't able to fly out to Houston when they were supposed to. They didn't get there until today. Grayson Allen seems to be like he's making his return. I think Mark Williams is questionable. And there was somebody else that was added to the Q-Tag report. Let me actually pull that up right now. I don't know why. I don't have it memorized. Hold on one second here. For the Suns, who is it? Grace Allen. Oh, no, Mark Williams is probable. Excuse me. It's just Jalen Green and Booyah. Those are the two Phoenix Suns out. For the Rockets, some kind of important news is Steven Adams, right? Says no Şengün, no Fred VanVleet. Everybody else good to go. But if Adams doesn't go, Clint Capella played 26 minutes in that last game. Tari Eason played 34 minutes in that last game. It would be a nice bump to Amen Thompson, also to Kevin Durant. So I don't know. That's a little bit important. The Charlatans, those Hornets are playing the OKC Thunder. Now, Charlotte here, Moussa Diabate got upgraded from questionable to probable. So did Khan Kanipis. And so did Tijane Shalin. So it sounds like outside of Plumdog Millionaire, Big Cockbrenner, and Grant Williams, Charlotte's relatively healthy tonight, which is actually kind of a bummer because if they were missing Diabate, would have been more excited for that piece of shit Miles Bridges and some of those guys. I still think you can get to some of Charlotte if you want for tonight, but not my favorite spot. The Denver Nuggets, though, so I missed this. I'm so pissed at myself. I'm pretty good at being locked into some of the post-game press conferences and all that stuff, right? David Adelman, after the game yesterday, was like, after that loss to Brooklyn, you say Spida out? Did we just get that news? Oh, did we just get that news? Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's going to be out for tomorrow. Okay, he's getting some rest. All right, so Denver, I missed this, but David Adelman after the game was kind of like, yeah, our guys are disconnected, not playing well. So Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown both came back, right? They played 20-ish minutes, 24, I think, for CB, 20 for AG. Both of them have been ruled out tonight. So is Jamal Murray. Now, I want to throw something out there. I am a little bit nervous here that Peyton Watson is going to project through the moon. All right? Now, if they're resting all of their starters and they're like 15-point underdogs, I'm nervous that Peyton Watson doesn't get his full run tonight, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So I'm not saying don't play him, but I'm thinking about that a little bit. However, I suspect we'll see somebody named Curtis Jones play basketball, somebody named Spencer Jones play basketball. It'll be a lot of Jalen Pickett. Some Zeke Naji will be running around. We'll get another week of Day'Ron Holmes. And then, I mean, I don't know. Does Julian Strother finally become a thing? Probably not. Maybe even Hunter Tyson, Derry Bird. I don't know. Yeah, Sengus is saying the Watson show. I'm a little bit nervous it's not the Watson show. A little bit nervous it's not the Watson show. But we'll see. I hope it is. On the Philly side of stuff, so Joel Embiid is probable. He was probable going into this game. Other than that, pretty healthy outside of Oubre and Watford, who are still out. Now, if they are all sitting those guys, right? If Denver's all sitting those guys, does Philly look in the mirror and they're like, hey, man, we don't need to play Joel Embiid? They're at home. I feel like Embiid's going to go, but I'm just keeping my eye on it. And this one's on the cock at 8:30, so I don't know if we're going to have that news yet. Then the Warriors are playing the Clippers, and one of the worst things that can happen in basketball, a midday downgrade. James Harden has some sort of shoulder injury, and what I will tell you now is that this morning, up until the news that James Harden was now questionable, the Clippers were favored by 1.5. It is now swung to Golden State by 2.5. I don't think we're going to have this news before lock, but I don't think James Harden is playing basketball tonight. I also should say Ivica Zubac came back in his first game on Saturday, kind of surprised us. He like beat the timetable for his injury report. He played 20 minutes, but I think he was on pace to play like 25 minutes. And because he played 25 minutes, that was because of the blowout. Maybe he's closer to 30. I feel like you can play Zubats if you want. And yeah, Dennis is saying, I'm just afraid the Sixers will be up by 50. Would it affect? Yeah, that is exactly what I'm saying. I think that they might not play him a lot because they want to rest him, Watson, because he's like the starters and they just couldn't rule everybody out because they needed enough guys to play basketball. But the other way Watson doesn't get there is that the Sixers are up by 50. And then last but not least, the Jazz and the Trailblazers tonight. This is like my favorite fantasy basketball game. Time Lord was questionable. He was upgraded to probable. It looks like he's going to go tonight. Yusuf Nurkic, the Bosnian Beast. Shout out to Allen, who's not here right now, which is the only reason he's getting a shout out. Yusuf, it looks like he's good to go tonight. And then Keontae and Lowry market into like two of the best plays on the slate. I think Lowry gets a little bit of a boost. This morning, I thought Keontae was going to get Tumani Kamara was going to get the Keontae assignment, but I actually think it might be the other way around after reading Mike Gallagher today from Establish the Run. Shout out to ETR guys. On the Portland side of stuff, man, Denny is awesome. Denny's awesome at basketball. All right, so that's all tonight. Let's quickly get through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Cavs and Pacers, we already just announced, right? Spite is out. Jared Allen's questionable. Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley get nice little boosts here. The Orlando Magic are going to be without Suggs. Then you got the Spurs and the Grizzlies. All these teams are playing their first game of the game week. Heat, Timberwolves. Didn't they just play like 2 nights ago? Lakers travel to the Pelicans, Mavericks, and Kings. So nobody's on a back-to-back tomorrow. That's a good sign. When we get to Wednesday, let's see. We got the Raptors playing their second game against the Charlotte Hornets for their second game. Bulls travel to Detroit. Both of those teams' second game. Same thing. The Wizards will be on a back-to-back, which makes me nervous about Alex Sarr's ceiling against the 76ers. Joel Embiid smash spot right there. Then Denver goes to Boston. Both of those teams, their second game of the game week, but I imagine Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Christian Brown will all be available for that one. And then some fantasy goodness right here. New Orleans Pelicans will be on the second half of a back-to-back. Makes me a little bit nervous about our friend Zion. However, he has been playing back-to-backs recently. We'll play Atlanta. I assume no Trae Young for this game either, but we'll see. Then Orlando's second game is against the Brooklyn Nets. Orlando will be on a back-to-back. Brooklyn, I think that's their first game, right? I don't think I mentioned the Brooklyn Nets yet. Knicks will go on a West Coast trip to play the Clippers will come east to play the Knicks. Both of those teams' second games. Suns against the Grizzlies. This is the Grizzlies' first game of the game week. Ja Morant missed the last game. We'll have to wait and see if he's available for this one. And then it's the Utah Jazz. Their second game, they travel to OKC. Woof. And then Lakers Spurs. Will we get Wemby back? That's a pretty big question mark. He's already been marked questionable for this slate. And then Milwaukee Bucks, their first game is against the Golden State Warriors. That's their second game. Rockets and Trailblazers, both their second game. And then the last game of the game week, we have the Pacers' second game against Charlotte's third game. We have the Heat's second game against Chicago's third game. We have the Cavs' second game against the Timberwolves. My bet is that Spida plays that game. And then the Dallas Mavericks, is that the first time we've said the Mavericks' name? Is that their only game this game week? Against the Utah Jazz. The Jazz played 3 games. Whew. I'm tired. Let's do a mental health check break. You put like the stream / hashtag hard on into the chat. Let's do a little mental health, and then let's get ready to see some projections. I'm sorry this didn't come with a hand job. I just don't think it's included in the airdrops. It's stylistically, that's tough to include that in an airdrop. Good point here, saying that Wemby will probably be on a restricted minutes, so probably a bad pick. What I would say here is I think he's going to be on the same minute restriction that he was already on. So like his cap is what, 41 or something. We'll look at projections here in a second, but I think he's going to play 28 to 30 minutes. So I still think you can get there even on that minute restriction. That's just me. Yeah, you guys want to do these hands? Should we do these hands before we look at projections just to kind of like reset the table here a little bit, just kind of get in the flow of things? We can do that. If we want. Let's go through the bookmark tweets here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Giannis a better pick than Wemby? Yeah, sure. Hold on. We're going to go over projections here in just a second, but we need to use these hands first. We need to use these hands. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Same hands that work the pain. Same hands I fold in prayer. 12 years and I'm still learning what it means to really care. They see me on the court at night, but that ain't all I am. From Ames to San Antonio, trying to serve a bigger plan.
Come on!
These hands that give,
Woo!
these hands that live.
Come on!
More than buckets, more than wins.
Everybody!
These hands that give,
Woo!
these hands that reach to every child that needs to live. That's the real gift.
Wow. Felt like it hit harder today. I'm not going to lie. It felt like it hit harder today. All right, let's go. Let's get into some of the projections. Then I'm going to build my lineups. And then and only then will I get into your questions, all right? We might have to play that shit again, too. That did hit hard. That hit hard. We're going to take a sip. By the way, today's show brought to you by Talea Brewery here in Brooklyn. Shout out to Talea. Sun up. This isn't brought to them by that. Like, they didn't do any shit like that. They didn't, like, sponsor this. But I feel like if I start saying stuff like that, maybe they will, you know? Maybe they will. All right, my bro. You know what? Let's do this in real time. I'm going to send my brother this clip. You guys help me out here, all right? My brother sent me this. He said, how do these look? All right? He's got a little pick'em slip here. Shout out my buddy, my buddy. He is my buddy. My buddy and my brother Jake. All right, here we go. You tell me. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Higher, 20.5 points. I dig it. Colin Sexton, the sex god. Higher than 11.5 points. I'm going to be honest, that one makes me nervous. Caleb Love, higher than 20.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I like that. Caleb Love's been cooking off the bench. Zachary Risache, higher, 13.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm not going to lie. I think he cooked with this one. But I'm a little bit nervous about Colin Sexton. Do we have his regulator in the chat? Any Hornets fans here? I don't know. Yeah, Dennis says no Sexton. I'm not high. Come on. I'm not high. I'm just checking with my bro. All right, we're going to say love this, but Sexton makes me nervous. And then I'm going to tell him, I just did this. I just did your slip live on the show, and the chat agreed. The Sexton one is scary. There we go. All right, that was good work, everybody. All right, I need Jake's roulette wheel picks. That's true. So he told me he was at a casino again recently in Massachusetts and hit some stuff. Yeah, but Con and Brandon are playing. It's Hershey, so I don't think he can do it. All right, here we go. Although, okay, Snoop said he took Sexton points and assists. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me tell him that. Okay, hold on. Chat said Sexton points and assists are better. All right, this is great. All right, we're going to get into the projections. Yeah, hey, stop what you're doing, guys. Tony Bradley waived by the Pacers. All right, we're over at our friends at Top Tier Projections here. Let's start with L10 of 20, less than or equal to, and let's go through that. And let's sort by value. Let's sort by value. So it's B-Ball Paul Reed here, right? Fabian said, just joined. Who for the Nuggets do we play beside Watson? I honestly said, I don't know if we can play Watson. So let's stay tuned. I'll get there, though. We're just starting the value segment. You didn't miss much if you're just getting here. Just me giving you all the alpha you need. All right, so B-Ball Paul, he played 30-plus minutes in that first game without everybody, right? They have 2 games this game week. He's going to cap a 10. I mean, this projection is like, this projection's 10 points too high, if we're being honest, man. 10 point, that's like a really high projection. That's I don't know. I don't know. Snoop, you didn't get hit with it. Nothing but love for Snoop. I don't know what I like. I'm playing Paul Reed in my main lineup. I love Paul Reed. I think he's one of the best plays on the slate. 48.5 is like on crack, man. In the last game, he had 8, 7, and 4. I think in like the first 5 minutes of the game. And then finished with like 8, 8, and 5. He like didn't do anything for the rest of the game. So Paul Reed and Isaiah Stewart both they're both like really good plays, I think, this game week. Deron Holmes, the second. Deron Holmes, the second. He's going to captivate with a projection 25.5. So I like out of the Denver guys, he's somebody that I like a lot just because I feel confident that he's going to be out there the whole time. I am nervous about Peyton Watson and Bruce Brown. Like this is a one-game shot, right? Because we know on Wednesday against the Celtics, Jamal Murray's going to be back, Aaron Gordon's going to be back, Christian Brown's going to be back, right? So if I'm and Peyton Watson will still play a ton of minutes in that game against Boston. But David Adelman has basically said we're punting this game. And if Philly gets up by like 15 points at halftime, you're going to get one more rotation in the third quarter by Peyton Watson. If they don't close the gap, he's not playing the fourth, right? They're just going to rest him so that he's ready to go for the game that they're actually trying to win. Same thing with Bruce Brown. Now, Bruce Brown, I think, is a little bit safer than Watson because Watson's been playing like 40-plus minutes where Bruce Brown is more in like the 28 to 30, right? Same thing like Tim Hardaway Jr., I think, has been ruled out too. I think the move here is the other guys. I think Zeke Naji, Julian Strother, Hunter Tyson, like those are the guys that I think are actually going to get a chance to play a ton of minutes when this game gets nuts. So that's the direction I think I would lean. I'm not saying don't play Peyton Watson. I am a Watson owner. But I think he's going to be in like my third or fourth lineup. I don't think he's going to be in my first one. All right, let's get. So anyway, Zeke Naji, cap of 4, projection of 20. Julian Strother, cap of 5, projection of 21. Honestly, too, I think a lot of these guys, like, I think these are elite contender plays and like okay champion plays. Because I don't think they have 40-point upsides, you know? I don't think they have 40-point upsides. Yeah, wait, but the other guys suck. So what does that mean? What do you mean, though? What do you mean? But the other guys suck, so it doesn't matter. But that doesn't mean the guys that you're saying, because you're saying Bruce Brown and Peyton Watson. I don't think they're going to play enough. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, I think those guys are elite contender plays and like okay champion plays. Then you have Clint Capella down here, cap of 12 with a projection of 27. I really only like this if Steven Adams is ruled out. If Adams is in, I don't know if I can get there. I don't know if I can get there with if Adams is in. Bryce Sensabaugh here with the cap of 19 and projection of 33. That's fine. That's not my favorite. Another Denver Nougat here. Hunter Tyson, cap of 4, projection of 18. DeAnthony Melton, that's a pretty high projection for someone that's not getting a ton. Isn't going to get you a ton. All right, so you're saying Zeke Naji isn't. Yeah, but you have also offered up Bruce Brown, right? So, like, also Bruce Brown. So if you are, my point was, if you're going to take a shot on somebody, it makes way more sense to take a shot on some of these guys that allows you to build in somebody else instead of Bruce Brown, who probably plays 26 minutes and gets you 31 fantasy points. That's my point. Like Jalen Pickett, for sure, you got to play. Hold on. All right. So we got, my brother's just sending me like all of these picks. All right, we got Kyle Filipowski down here, cap of 20 with a projection of 30. I don't think we're going there this game week. They do have 3 games, so if you think Yusuf Nurkic is going to sit one of these 3 or Lowry Markkanen sit, actually that is the case for both Bryce and Filipowski. If you think Lowry sits one of these or the other one sits one of these, I think that's the direct. Yeah, that's the way that you would get there. All right, hold on. We got to take a sip. Does Curtis Jones have? I mean, I mentioned him in my initial overview of the game. Does Curtis Jones have a curd? No, right? He doesn't have cards, he doesn't have cards. So we can't do Curtis. We can't do our boy Curtis. Can't do Curtis. Nurk definitely sits when he's back. Yeah, so you can get to Kyle Filipowski. All right, let's keep Excuse me. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Jalen Pickett is probably actually my favorite Nugget. He's going to play like 40 minutes. The Eubanks, Champagne, Steven Adams, again, if he's good to go. Dennis Jenkins was unconscious in that other game. I think you can play him. Kappa 7 is kind of fun. There's that Curtis Jones, Kappa 2, projection of 12. Caleb Love, who my brother mentioned. Yeah, Kappa 19, the projection of 28. Anybody else? This is sorted by value, right? Yeah, I think that's probably it there. Let's just go to straight projection for MVP. So Luka with 2 games projects for 66. I think that's fine. AD for 61. I honestly think Jalen Johnson is maybe my favorite MVP of this game week. So is Denny. I think Denny scores 60 tonight. But Luka obviously is great as well. Who else do we have down there? Anybody else? Kawhi gets a pretty big boost if we see James Harden sit tonight, which again, it's leaning that way. Wow, Derek White still projects north of 50. How about Derek White, man? Derek White projecting more than Jaylen Brown is crazy. And then let's look just straight value. Anybody we missed here? So, yeah, AD's cap of only 42 is really, really nice. I mean, Denny's been insane every single game week. He's been really game week. Go Hurt Locker over 14. He said he couldn't do points. He couldn't do points and assists. Oh, dude, slam dunk. Thank you, man. Yeah, if you guys, I know I've plugged this a ton of times, but if you guys haven't checked the Substack out, I've been doing write-ups basically Monday through Friday here for the fantasy slates. So today was called Don't You Dare Tank because it's about the Utah Jazz and the Portland Trailblazers, but would love to get some more eyeballs on it. So if you haven't checked it out, just drop the link in the chat. Jalen Smith has a pretty high projection considering he's not going to play one of these games, but there's still 2 more games. I think the Jalen Smith stuff's pretty thin. Just save it. Use it for daily stuff because there's a chance, like concussions are weird, man. I kind of talked about Joel Embiid. I think Joel Embiid is... dude, this is great. Thank you guys so much. It's Hershey and Snoop Loop. I appreciate that. Also, I really am open to feedback on it. If you guys want to see more or less of stuff, please tell me. Please tell me. If we donate, can you do an audio version of the stack? Borland, here's the thing. It automatically generates one, but not in my voice, I don't think. But I think if you subscribe to Substack, there's an option to have like a Siri type thing read it to you. I've listened to a couple of articles that way. So that exists already, I think. But maybe that is something that I could do for like paywalls. I don't know. Yeah, let me think about that, Borland. I did see that Spite is out. Yeah, so Garland gets a little bit of a boost. And then and so does yeah, you do whatever you want. And then maybe Jalen Tyson maybe gets a little bit of a boost too. Craig Porter Jr. back in. It's really just Garland that helps out. Back to Embiid for a second. I am nervous here that I'm nervous with Embiid that like he is the one that's affected the most if this Sixers game gets out of hand. However, they have a day off and then they play the Wizards, so that's more of a daily thing that I'm nervous about than a full game week. How is that Aaron Wiggins or Andrew Wiggins? Either way, I don't think any of them should. Why would those guys be popping? All right, I'm going to build my lineups here quickly. Also, you guys, so Snoop's saying the same thing. You guys, I can't really read. You guys should seriously though, let me know if you can't. I think there's an option to listen to it. So if there isn't, let me know and I can work on that. Okay, here we go. Let's go to limited. You see on my value, some of my better plays. You got Paul Reed, Holmes, Beef Stew, Zeke Naji, Jalen Smith. All right, let's see what the whoa, just crafted a Cade. Let's go. OKC is missing half their big men, and Charlotte game will be over by the 3rd. So, maybe. Here's the thing. I don't think them missing their big man helps Aaron Wiggins, but I see what you're saying. The second thing I would say is teams have been keeping it closer with OKC lately. I remember that Atlanta game, they were supposed to Atlanta was supposed to cook them, and then it didn't happen. I don't know. I really do like Chet, and they're coming off a loss. I know it's a back-to-back. I don't think it's the worst take, DJP. I don't know. Let me think about it a little bit more. Okay, if I run the sim here, it's going to give me Denny, Derek White, B-Ball Paul, Beef Stew, and Jalen Johnson. So I mean, I really like this for a lot of reasons. The thing that makes me nervous here is the Derek White. Uh, Derek White makes me a little bit nervous with that cap and that projection. I am pretty confident that he's gonna miss that game. Again, the line. I'll do a quick refresh of the line here. But this morning, the Clippers were favored by 1.5, and right now, I'm on Thursday. That's why I can't see the Monday games. Right now, the Warriors are favored by 2.5. That's a pretty big swing. Swing. That's a pretty big swing. Let's go over to Sorare. I'm going to build these lineups here. I'm going to build these lineups. And then we'll go from there. Oh, somebody sent me an offer. I want to see what it was. Okay, guys, would you have accepted this? Would you have accepted this? I'm going to show you this offer right now. Somebody offered me Luka for OG Anunoby, Andrew Wiggins, Paolo Banchero, Zeke Naji, Cam Spencer, Aaron Nesmith. I don't think I'm going to do that. Anyways, he canceled it. So let's build. Let's build. Jalen Smith gone. Concussion protocol. Someone donate me a Capella. Oh, you tricked me. All right, let's go. Let's go to the champions. So the struggle I'm in here. I can do this Jalen Johnson, and yeah, I am gonna do it actually. Let's put Jalen Johnson in with 2 games, and then Denny was the other one with a cap of 43. And then B-Ball Paul. Paul Reed was in there as well. Let's see what other options I have besides Derek White, though. And I'm not anti-Derek White here. I think Derek White's fine. Beef Stew. So Beef Stew is a cap of 23. That leaves me with, what is it? Sorry, I got to do it this. With 44. I could get up to Steph tonight. We got Steph over here. I mean, we could hope just Wemby plays these 2 games. We got Carlin. What about Giannis only has 1 game. Which one? What do we like here the best? So here's some options. We got Steph Curry, Derek White, Kevin Porter. Nope, 1 game. Can't do that. I don't trust Jaren Jackson Jr. or Cooper Flagg right now. Wemby's kind of fun. Giannis with 1 game. You could do it. Well, look at what's wrong with. Look at me trying to scroll. Look at what happens right here. So rare. What the fuck's going on? Are you seeing that? What if I zoom in? Okay, now I can do it. Anything from the chat here? Or do we just go Derek White? Or do you just pro Derek White at this point? What do you guys think? Let's see. Wemby. Wow, Wemby with Banchero. Oh, I can't do Paolo because it's in like the B-Ball Paul. Okay, you just say, maybe we just trust the projections? Let's just YOLO it. Trust the projections. All right, so if we do that, let's build. I think we have 2 streaks going on right now. Let's throw Luka in our next one. I'm gonna save my lineup on top tier. You're not gonna see this, and then I'm gonna run another one. My next one is telling me to play Luka, Giannis, Paul George, Holmes, and Harden. The Harden stuff sucks, though. I really don't think we can play Harden. Go get AD. No, you go get AD. Why don't you buy an AD and send it to me? I'm not buying any shit. Play Cat and replace Stewart. I mean, that's not a 1-for-1 though, right? I mean, I can look at that, but why would we? Why replace Stewart with what though? I think Stewart's probably project. You're just saying because I'm saving what? So I'd have 5 left, but 5 left. I don't think that gets us anything nicer, right? Like what's in the 28 range? Like we can look at that, but I don't think we're gonna find anything. I have a feeling Beef Stew's probably the highest projected guy, 28 and under, right? Yeah, so it's Jaime Jaquez, Aaron Gordon, Mitch Robb, Mark Williams, Miles Turner, Keegan Murray, John Collins, who's kind of interesting. Tari Eason, maybe. I think it's just Beef Stew, though. I think Beef Stew's the best play out of that. I mean, you could just say Cat over White if you want. Did you see me have a Bucelis, though? I'm not buying anything, guys. I have too many fucking cards. I'm not buying anything. I'm just going to trust it. Let's go. Derek White's in there. Let's go. All right, let's build another one here. All right, so we're going to throw Luka in there. I think we can throw Kawhi in there as well. And now let's get into Zeke. Oh my God, this fucking site. Zeke Najee with a cap of 4 is just sick because that really allows us to do some stuff. That leaves us with 32 the rest of the way. Now, we could go pretty balanced here. We could go pretty balanced if we wanted to. The other thing we could do here, I mean, if people really trust Peyton Watson, which again, I don't, but a cap of 22, we can do it. Let's play the ceiling game. I don't know why is this searching like that? That was weird. All right, so if we throw Peyton Watson in there, that leaves us with 42 for the last spot. And then we could go, no, it's not going to be Triple J. We could just vibe with Wemby here. Hope he plays. Although maybe we just play Karl Anthony Towns over Wemby, or do we play Wemby? Yeah, let's actually do Pickett. What is that? What does that give us? Does that let us do anything better if we play Pickett with a cap of 12? That leaves us with 52. We could do Jaylen Brown. We could do Jaylen Brown, but what if we got rid of him here, and then we do Watson, and then we just play 3? We play 3 Nuggets here, and then that leaves us with 34. De'Aaron Fox, Zion Williamson, 2 games against the. Maybe we just do this. Maybe we do that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Pickett and Zion. Pickett and Zion. I'm not going to buy anything, DJP. No. We're not playing Kuz. I think we're just going to do this. I think we're going to do this right here. Everybody's like, go buy AD. Go buy Anthony Davis. No. All right, let's go. We got to build. Let's build a contender now. Let's build a contender. All right, so we could probably throw Holmes in this one. All right, so we haven't used Holmes. What's Holmes at? 8. Okay. And I don't think I have another Paul Reed, right? I don't. I do kind of want to buy it. I'll buy another Paul Reed for this, though. Let's see what we got. How much money do I have? $3. What's that? How much money do we have? How much cash? We got $7 in ETH. All right, let's see what we got for Paul Reed. B-ball Paul. Let's go get a B-ball Paul. Let's go get a B-ball Paul. All right, let's do that. Let's go back. We're going back in the New York groove. All right, let's go over to the contender. We got plenty of time, too. Don't worry. We're going to get to all your questions. So we got Holmes in there. Let's get B-ball Paul. Seriously, I need to speak to the people at So Rare, but I would need to learn French. Bonjour. Why do you not recognize the first letter when I type it into the search bar? Every time this happens. Unbelievable. All right, you're saying Hunter Tyson. Let's throw Hunter Tyson in there, too. We got him. That leaves us with 49 per position. Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards. Wait, what? Oh, my God. This fucking app, site, whatever. B-ball Paul. Anthony Edwards. Dude, how about this, man? Ant-Man, JB. Come on. Not a bug, it's a feature, right? There we go. Thank you. What do we think about this bad boy? Ant-Man, Jaylen Brown. And then 2 Nuggets and B-ball Paul. Any notes? Except for the fact that I'm playing 3 guys that are bad at basketball? Any notes? Let's submit it. We're going to build another contender. I'm going to build one more lineup, and then I'll get back to you, bitches. And then we'll go from there. All right. What other value pieces am I missing? Didn't really talk about Julian Strother, who I think is a pretty fringy play, but whatever, we'll throw him in there. Let's get Paolo in this one, too. Haven't played him yet. What's his cap at? Paolo's up to 40, so he's approaching not a really good spot anymore. But I mentioned Strother. One other guy we need to shout out here is Laravia has been cooking since the injuries to Rui Hashimura. So that's a pretty good spot. That leaves us with 31. I bet we could do a pretty balanced thing here. I really like Shaden Sharp and Donovan Clingan are in really good spots in the first game. The second game, not so much. Dyson Daniels, I do want to play him. He just put up a 50 spot on in this exact same matchup against Toronto the other night. Anybody else? We got Christian Brown, downtown Christian Brown, Brucey Brown. I know there was some love for Bruce Brown. We got another Peyton Watson that we can play. I think I'm going to save those for some Garbaggio teams that we're going to build in a little bit. Duncan Robinson should play a lot, but I don't think that's where we're going to get. Danny Gaffey Duck. No, Anthony Davis. You gotta play Anthony Davis. Vando. There's Jared Vanderbilt. Anybody else? All right, Aaron Wiggins is kind of popping. You were yelling about Ron. Oh, this is who I crafted today. Carlo Matkovic. Christian Coloco signed another 10-day. Damn. I don't think we got a lot of guys to play. Although I wonder if like Jordan Miller or Kobe get a little bit of a bump here if there is no what's his name? If there's no James hard on tonight. We do have a DeAnthony Melton, right? And I know he's supposedly a really good play. So maybe we throw him in this one. What's his cap of 18? That leaves us with 44. Let's put the chef in. All right, we'll just do that. We'll do that. That's kind of fun. Have you covered the Mark Stein tweet about Trae Young? Yeah, I did. All right, let's get into some of these questions. Let's do another mental health check for our guy DJP, who's trying to get me to lose it. Make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel, #hardon. Let's talk about this. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. All right. I do think usually, Weisberg brings bad ideas to the table. Let's do this. Let's do this one more time. But I need everybody, hands in the chat, aggressive hands in the chat. Then I need everybody singing along. I don't care if you're by yourself or not. One more time. Come on.
Same hands that work the pain. Same hands I fold in prayer. 12 years and I'm still learning what it means to really care. They see me on the court at night, but that ain't all I am. From Ames to San Antonio, trying to serve a bigger plan. These hands that give, these hands that live, more than buckets, more than wins. These hands that give, these hands that reach to every child that needs to live. That's the real deal.
Wow. Just rock hard right now. All right, let's go. We're going to get to some of these questions. We got a super chat in, and this is how important these hands are, is that we ignored the super chat because it was just important to do that. It was important to do that. Rank and AD, Embiid, Paolo, Cat, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's going to be, I think Anthony Davis is actually probably the highest play here. Let's look at all of the projections. Okay, so Anthony Davis here is the second highest projected guy at 61 on the entire fucking slate, kid. So Anthony Davis is high up there. Joel Embiid is second in the list. And then I imagine it's Cat and then Giannis. Giannis with only one game is kind of tough. No, Paolo comes in third. Giannis fourth. Karl Anthony Towns fifth. So there you go. I personally would rank them AD, Cat, Giannis, Paolo. I'd have Paolo last. I don't know why. I mean, I'd have Embiid last. I'm just nervous about Embiid tonight. We're skipping Rudy. No, we're not skipping Rudy. Relax, Borland. Rudy here is the cap at 37. Cap's gone up because Rudy's been balling. projection of 39, though. So you go without Giannis and Wemby. No. They're not going to be my priority. I'm nervous about. There's a chance Wemby only plays one of the two games. There's a chance he only plays like 18 minutes in the game. So I don't want them to be in my main lineup, especially with Giannis only having one game. I'm definitely going to do another lineup. It's probably going to have both Giannis and Wemby in it. Westbrook with one game or Andrew Wiggins. I think it's going to be Wiggs for me. Andrew Wiggins projects for 35. Russell Hustle Westbrook projects for 35.4. Yeah, so I'd use the second game as the tiebreaker. Spida and Murray are out. Yes, that is correct. That has been covered. Let's see. A lot of hands. Shout out Paid in the chat. Look at everybody. Look at these hands. Who would you pick here? Halyard. What's up, Halyard? Would you pick Wemby, Giannis, and B-Ball Paul, or Denny, AD, and Strother? Legit would go Denny, AD, and Strother. I really would. I think Danny's putting up 60 tonight. I really do. I think maybe I'll look like an idiot, but that's where I'm going. I'm telling you, this at 1.5 is a certified banger. We'll do it. Can I just do that on Twitter? Can you just make Twitter a 1.5x? Can I do that? Oh, all right. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do that again. That's how we'll close the show tonight. We want a feet version of that song. Yo, chill, Dennis. Chill. Hi, Mike. What's up, Vuvuzela? Steven Adams or Clint Capella? Do we know if Clint Capella is playing tonight? You see what I did there? Gabe Vincent's questionable for Tuesday. Yeah, so we don't know. I mean, so this is what I would say. If Steven Adams is not playing tonight, you play Clint Capella. If Steven Adams is playing tonight, you play Steven Adams. Clint Capella, I don't think you can play at if Adams is good to go. Do you think Ja will play? I do think. Hey, what's up, sweetie? I do think Ja Morant's going to play. Let's see what the projections say on Ja. He's got a cap of 30 with a projection of 40, almost 41. It's a right calf contusion, which was a new injury. I do think he's going to go, but there is some question marks, especially because they're not playing tonight, you know? Travel Addict Guy, JB, AB, Watson, Buchelis, and Santi Aldama in champion. Yeah, that looks good, man. That looks good. Torb, you need one pick. Cap 45 or under, except AD for my 310. Oh, baby, 310, Torb. Let's go. All right, 40. What'd you say it was, 45 or 41? 45. My guess is the next one up is probably, well, let's just fucking look. You know what I'm saying? Let's just look. All right, less than or equal to 45. It gives us Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid. Wow, Denny. I mean, Denny's the play for me. I'm taking Denny over Embiid. Harden, I'm going to say his projection's closer to 46, assuming he doesn't play tonight. Derek White, Chef Curry, Lowry Mark. I really like Lowry Markkinen next, actually. I think I would rank this AD, Denny. Honestly, I'd have Denny ahead of AD, but we'll say AD, Denny, Lowry, and then I would go Steph, White, Steph, Ant, White, Paolo, maybe. So there's a bunch of options in that range. That's tough. That is tough. A lot of good options, though. A lot of options. Who else we got? 3 times in one show. Yeah, we'll do it. For tonight only, rank them. Embiid, Cat, B.I. Oh, so it's Cat. It's Cat, then Embiid, then B.I., then that piece of shit, Miles Bridges. Cat, LaMelo, or Booker. I think it's going to be Cat. I don't love that Booker's on the back end of a back-to-back against the Houston Rockets. Not the best matchup. So Cat for 46, Booker for 42. And then what did you say that last one was? LaMelo. I hate the matchup for LaMelo tonight. LaMelo for 47. I mean, LaMelo projects the best out of those three. I would take Karl-Anthony Towns, though. Connect going to play soon. No, thank you. Actually, someone we didn't check today. Where's my Kling Kong? Yeah, Klingon. Excuse me. Cap at 32 with a projection of 44. Only downside to Klingon for this game week, Time Lord. Time Lord is making his way. He's back. He's back in action, baby. Time Lord's back. Can we expect a Durant revenge game? Maybe. I mean, Durant's been hooping. No Şengün is nice. He's got a cap of 41 with a projection of 43. The Zakarian numbers are telling you it's a cap of 47. Vucevic, LaMelo, Miller, Booker. I've got those ranked Book, Vooch, LaMelo, Miller. Allen is in. Legit don't know what Allen that is. Is that Jared Allen? Did they already rule him in? What's this? Grayson Allen. Grayson Derulo. Flag or Sar, man. Flag's been struggling a little bit here, but he does project for 48. That's a little high. I would put it at 45. Alex Sar projects for 41. And the Wizards are on the back-to-back. Yeah, it's Cooper Flag. Are you suiting up for the Nuggets? Yeah. I am. I should be, man. I got my first game of the winter season tomorrow night for 40 and over, and we've got like 4 dudes available. So if you're in New York and you're like 39 or older and want to play basketball, get in my DMs, please. Wait, there's a Shams bomb for real? Oh yeah, we did get a Sham Slam. What do we got? What do we got? Justin, Atlanta Hawk star. All-star Trae Young and his agents, Drew Morrison, are working with the franchise on a trade. Sources tell ESPN reps the Hawks have started collaborative talks on the last week. Yeah, so that's good to so the Trae Young stuff, Trae Young's not going to play another game for the Atlanta Hawks. That's it. He's not playing another game for the Atlanta Hawks. He's cooked. Dyson Daniels through the roof. Through the roof. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's really good news for them. Actually, this is good news for Atlanta, too. And now we can put the rest, the AD to Atlanta stuff. We should suit up for the Nuggets. Donovan Mitchell's going to play the second game. This is just rest. They already said it was going to be rest. For tonight only, Embiid and Keita or and one. And I think the first one. High player. For Cap, what's up, Leos? What's up, Twitchy gang? I like that my Twitchy gang's up here. Less than or equal to 25. All right, let's do it. Less than or equal to 25. All right, here we go. B-Ball Paul is the highest projected guy. That's crazy. I would rank them like this. Isaiah Stewart, then Paul Reed. I think Jalen Smith and Kobe White. I don't love either of these. Jalen Smith, I don't know if he's going to play this week. Concussions are weird. Kobe White, I think, is going to be on a minute restriction. His cap is low enough that you can do it, but I think I would prioritize Beef Stew, then Paul Reed. I like Jake LaRavia, Tari Eason, Sandro, Trey Jones, Peyton Watson, Tumani Kamara, and Bryce Sensabaugh, all more than Jalen Smith and Kobe White. Now, that could come back and backfire, but I just don't trust those guys. I don't. Why is Harden projecting so good? Because initially they had him for 2 games, right? Decent matchup here against the Golden State Warriors. That's why. Keontae, is that cap too high? Has 3 games. I don't think so. I think Keontae is like a top 20 guy right now. I fucking love Keontae George. He projects for 40. I mean, he projects for his cap, but he could easily. I love this game tonight. I would like it more if we thought Tumani Kamara was going to guard Lowry Markkanen instead of Keontae George. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But I do like that. I also got to keep an eye on underdog here. Hold on one second. I have a few drafts left that I need to cook here. And I just need to see what this percentage is on the underdog. Let my Jalen Johnson be Jalen Johnson is awesome. Jalen Johnson is so good. VJ or Trey Murphy. I think I would actually take Trey Murphy in this spot. They got 2 games this game week. He projects for 44. VJ projects for 39. So again, the blowout, if Jamal Murray was playing, if Aaron Gordon was playing, I would like it a little bit more. But that game is it's got blowout written all over it. Takes some of the fun out of it. So I don't think we can get there. All right, that's 47 minutes left. It's 70% full. We got 19 to go. Okay, we get time. Ware or Queen? I think I would take Ware here, but it's close. Ware projects for 34. Queen projects for 37. No, all right, Queen projects a little bit better. Maybe you get a Zion rest day on the back-to-back. You can play it that way. Dyson and Batum or Butler and Capella. Again, I think it depends if Steven Adams is playing or not. We can't get lost in the sauce on that. We need to know if Steven Adams is playing before we play Capella. We haven't talked about Batum with Derek Jones Jr. going down. He's got a cap of 15 with a projection of 17. So if Adams is out, I like Butler and Capella. If Adams is in, I like Dyson and Batum. You got Bane and Sarr. This is Nismus over on Twitch. Bane and Sarr, or I'm assuming Amen Thompson and Onyeka. Is that what that is? I think I would take the first one, Bane and Sarr. Who do you see going? I know this is for Weisberg. Who do you see going back? Probably CJ or Middleton would have to be included for salary. Honestly, it could be both of them. Could be, man. CJ would be kind of nice there, though. I don't know who else they would send. None of Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson, Alex Sarr, Bilal Koulibaly, none of those guys. Oh, you been Tetube. Vooch is fine. Vooch, man. Vooch here has a cap of 35 with a projection of 43.5. Matchup in Boston, isn't crazy if they stay close. I'm a jelly, bro. I had, a nice jam on New Year's with a little wine and cheese. Whoo! Cooked. All right, keep the questions coming. We're going to take a quick minute break here so I can use the bathroom. All right, hell yeah, we're back. Durant or Booker tonight? Give me the KD. Give me the KD and save my soul. I wanna get lost to your tarantula. Oh, that's terrible. But yeah, that's what I got. I did not know that. Big Jelly. Okay, that's fun. I know it's annoying, but kind of feeling nah. All right, yeah, then go do it. Go do it. You don't even have to ask the question then. You already knew. Is it reasonable to play 3 Pistons on one lineup? Cade, Beef Stew, and B-Ball Paul. I do think it's reasonable. They have 2 games this game week, right? The Detroit Pistonians. So I think you can do it. Because you play it as Cade. Like Cade's ceiling isn't affected by you playing Beef Stew and B-Ball Paul. And we did see Beef Stew and Paul play like 30 minutes next to each other. So I think it's fine. I think you can definitely do that. Good question though. That's a good question, 3DK. Let's share the screen. Remind the people of the giveaway. Dayron or Zeke, man. Dude, that's so hard. I lean Holmes, but I think you can play them both. Let's see what we got. White. Derek White, Kawhi Leonard, Garza, Smart, Towns, main lineup. Yeah, that's fine. I like that you got White, Kawhi, and Towns in there. Marcus Smart gets a little bit of a boost with Rui out. Yeah, I think that's fine. Craig Porter Jr., Micah Potter. Oh, yeah, let's go look at it. Potter's been getting like a little bit of run, hasn't he? All right, Porter I don't think is going to project awesome, but let's see. He projects for 21. That's not terrible. Potter, on the other hand, projects for 20.5. There you go. And then Edwards doesn't project awesome. I was kind of surprised by, but I guess his caps just got up high enough. Cap of 45 projects for almost 50. Almost 50. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, there we go. Maybe I should stop yelling at Sorare where it's clearly just me that's having a hard time with this stuff. Swap Harden out for Randall, Ingram, Miller, or a risky places. I think I like Ingram the best out of that. I really like Ingram against Atlanta tonight. He was awesome in that first game. He was cooking. Ingram projects for 44. I like that the most. Randall projects for 43, and then Miller projects for Brandon Miller projects the best because they have 3 games. So maybe that's the play. You hope LaMelo sits one of those. I revisit that. I think. I really love Brandon Ingram tonight. Brandon Miller, probably the best play for the game week. That's what I would do. Good question, though. All right, so there's 40 minutes left. This contest is at 72% full. We got to jump back in there in a second. As we reach the hour mark, I'm going to build this other lineup over on Sorare. Yeah, Luka Garza, good question. Luka Garza projects for 21. That's like an elite contender play, I think. Well, not elite, but a good one. Is Wemby playing? I don't know. We don't know yet. I think he's playing. I also thought he was playing on Saturday, though, and he didn't. But I do think he's playing. Is any of the Nuggets plays good for champs? Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm struggling with. I think it depends what the rest of the DJP, dude. You're killing me, dude. I'm struggling with like Peyton Watson. If you think Peyton Watson is playing full minutes, I think you can do it. I think you can do it. I'm nervous he's not playing full minutes. That being said, he's in some of my lineups, right? Like if I look at my, these are the champs that I'm running out right now. I have Peyton Watson in one of them. I also have Jalen Pickett in the other because it allowed me to fit Luka, Kawhi, and Zion in there together. So I think you can do it. I also think this is going to be, I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say, is this maybe a low scoring game week? I don't know. All right. So let's say we play Wemby in one. Let's say we throw Giannis. Wow, Giannis's cap is 39 is kind of crazy. That leaves us with 27 the rest of the way. But we honestly could play another. Oh man, they only have one game though. That's kind of crazy. We could just like throw Cat in there. I almost feel like we should be using these guys for contender. No, we're in this weird part of the season. This weird part of the season where like all these MVPs are hurt. Hold on, so you got Doncic, Giannis, Amin Thompson, Caden Adams. Yeah, again, it depends. As long as Adams is playing, I think that's a lot of fun, Miss Blackie. Jamal Murray should be playing against the Celtics. This is clearly, David Adelman basically was like, yeah, we're resting our guys. Our guys are tired. We're resting our guys. So I feel okay about that. Ja Morant officially questionable for Tuesday. All right. Let's see. I don't know. I would take Fears over Okoro. I hate you, Snoop. I hate you, Snoop. There we go. Okay, let me go back. I'll get back to this one. I want to try to build this lineup. I almost think I should just be doing this in contender, right? I don't know. We got 21 the rest of the way here. Bruce Brown. We could throw Peyton Watson in this one. Do I have any other like really cheap guys that project well? We have another Laravia we could use too. We're just going to go Laravia. Oh, I thought we'd have 22 with that. My bad. Shit. All right, let's see. Let's see if we have anybody else down here. Because I thought we could go Laravia and then one other guy because I thought I misread that as a cap of 20. I don't think we have any other like really good plays. Although I am a little interested in Duncan Robinson. Jordan Walsh is kind of intriguing too. His cap will come down. Maybe we throw Luka Garza in this one. We were just speak of the devil. Let's throw Luka Garza in there. And then we could throw Nemi. Oh, Tari Eason. Hold on. That leaves us with two. Let's just do this. This is actually pretty fun. Let's just do that. All right, I wanted to enter one more. I'm trying to get better at entering these contests. All right, so you want to see the 33. 33. Let's go over here. And then we're going to do, I'm going to finish up my underdog stuff here in a second too. And I'll keep answering questions while we do that, but I got to enter my last handful. Why am I struggling with this? Okay, here we go. Less than or equal to 33. We'll do it by projection here. So you see B-Ball Paul still is the highest one, which is crazy. But anyways, it goes, I would put B-Ball Paul behind these guys. Paul George, Donovan Clingan, Emmanuel Quickly, Darius Garland. I think I like Garland the best out of all the names that I've said before. I'd rank them like this. Garland, Castle, then Clingan, then Paul George, Emmanuel Quickly. Then I'd go to like OG, Ja Morant, Beef Stew, RJ Barrett. I like all of these plays. Then maybe Paul Reed, but I'd still with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Matas Bucelis, Dyson Daniels, Yusuf Nurkic. All of those guys, like really, really good plays. Do we think? Yes, they will. Gordon, my guess is Christian Brown plays like 27 minutes. Aaron Gordon plays like 22 to 24 minutes. That would be my guess. Good question. Let's see. Shams just gave you, yeah, we did that there. Get quizzing. Relax, Crocodile Dundee. What's your take on Ja playing this game week? I do think he's going to play Huckleberry. I do. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Huckleberry's playing. Nita Hugo. I don't think Hugo's going to project well. The minutes are just too hard, man. They're too hard to project, but Hugo projects for 0. That's wrong. I would say he projects for 14 right now. 28 and under, huh? So it's going to be a lot of the names that I just said for the 33. It's going to be Beef Stew. I'd eliminate Jalen Smith, though, and Kobe White. I'd Matas Bucelis, Peyton Watson. I love Tari Eason tonight, especially if, like, everybody's excited to play Clint Capella. No one's talking about Tari Eason. I think Tari Eason's the better play of them. I love Jake LaRavia. Love Sandro. Trey Jones. Jerry Allen's fine. Tamani's good. Obviously, B-Ball Paul. B-Ball Paul's there, too. Mark Williams for champs. I don't think so. I don't love it tonight against Houston, although they're going to need him. He's going to need to be out there, but I don't love it tonight. He projects for 31, so more of a contender play than a champion play. His minutes are just too monitored right now. It's kind of tough to get there. Yeah, Vooch projects really well. What did I say it was? It was like 35. Yeah, he's going to cap at 35. He projects for 44. My only concern is this game gets out of hand against Boston tonight, but if Chicago can keep it within like 10 to 12, that should be full minutes. Gabe Vincent is questionable. Don't know if he's going to play. It's good news that he's questionable. Joe Ingles, cap of 1, projection is 0. Jumping jingles. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. All right, we can do Crocodile Dundee's quiz. We can do that. I think I have a promo code too for this new. It's once again a new website, right? All right, so we changed the game a bit. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it before I share everything. So, all right, here we go. Guess the card. Somebody's asking for a Jordan Poole projection. Jordan Poole projects for 30.8. 30.8. Jordan Poole hasn't really seen a ceiling yet in a while, anyways. Yeah, he is. Jared Allen over Mark. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Play now. Let's go. Here we go. Also, we do have a promo code. By the way, let me enter this promo code now. All right, I'm going to share the link into the chat if you guys want to join. Go ahead and you can get in there. And then we have a promo code right here. I'm going to put that into the chat as well. That'll give you a free extra play. I'm going to redeem mine right now. Success, 1 credit added. Somebody asked about Spicy P, Miss Blackie, I think that was. Siakam here has a cap at 36, projection of 44. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't talk about him. He has been playing a little bit better. They haven't been getting blown out as much, so you can definitely get to Spicy P. All right, here we go. Let's go. Free play. First place is 1 credit a day. What's this one? First is a card reward. Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, free play. Oh, so you can just keep playing for free, and then you get a credit for this. Okay, here we go. Whoo, let's do it. 10 questions. Which player scored these points? It was 37, 27, 62, 47, 49. Oh, my God. It feels like Brunson or Mitchell. Mitchell. Took too long on that one, though. Here we go. Question 2. Which player scored these? It was 8, 22, 16, 20, and 14.5. This has to be Risa Shea. Next up, question 3. Which player scored 41, 57, 40, 48, 59? Got to be Luka, right? All right, here we go. Which player scored these? It was 12, 29, 25, 17, 26. This actually feels like Vit Krejci or Bam Adebayo. Vit Krejci. All right, there we go. Can't believe it felt like Bam, but it did. I knew Jabari had cooked lately. Which player scored these? 52, 95. This is Kawhi Leonard. Here we go. Which player scored these? It was 34, 55, 14, 39, 40. It's got to be, wow, holy shit. Norman Powell. Wow, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's 55. Wow. Which player scored these? We got Lou Dort, AJ Green, Craig Porter Jr., Walter Clayton. I feel like it is Dort. Fuck. All right. Here we go. Another one. Which player scored these? We got 21, 24, 16, 5, and 16. Jay Nivey. All right, there we go. Number 9, which player scored 38, 39, 47, 45, 56 in their last game? Should have just clicked Anthony Edwards right away instead of doing it for content. Last one, scored 68, 43, 44, 61, 53. Cade Cunningham. All right, how many points we ended up? Oh, 8 out of 10, 54. What's the leaderboard? We got to wait for them to save the score. Let's see. Do I have to wait till the score is saved before I click view the leaderboard? Man, I can't believe we got the Nickeil Alexander-Walker one wrong. Let's view the leaderboard. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, man, we got cooked. What did I say? What was my score? I was like 50-something, right? So look at it. We got some names in there. Super Carl, RKO Knob. Some familiar faces. Where am I? Mike Zakarian. Oh, that's Mike Suckarian. Unbelievable. Wait, where am I? Did it not save mine? Oh, that's the free play. Jesus. All right. Oh, I'm in fourth. Oh, so close. But we got one more. We've got one more. I overloaded the site. KD over VJ for sure. Not close in that one. Good question, though. Victor. All right, let's do it one more time. Here we go. Wow, 7,900. How am I going to catch that shit? All right, let's do it. Unlock. Wait, didn't we already unlock one? Oh, okay. I see what. All right, we'll just do the free play. We'll do the free play. Which player scored these? 48 with the last one. All right. Here we go. The last one was 8. Fuck, man. The 30. Luke. Ron Holland. Well, Jesus, that one was tough. That one was tough. Damn. Which player scored this? Filipowski? All right. All right, we're back. We're back. Here we go. 95. That's it. Oh, Kawhi again. We're doing better. Well, no, we scored these. All right. Wow. Taylor Hendricks. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. Should have clicked that sooner. 43 with the last one. Is that Derek Queen or Devin Booker? Devin Booker, like, weirdly has not been smashing ceilings lately. All right, 13, 8, 11. Oh, 22 in the last one. That's going to be Gary Payton. All right, couple left. 8, 9, and 10. Let's go. 18, 17, 40, 12, and 20. Trey Jones. Trey Jones. All right, here we go. 9. Which player scored? 55 up in there. We get a 55. Is it Julian Champagny? Yeah. All right, here we go. Last one. We had 17, 5, 2. Oh, my God. Liam McNeely? All right. All right, 6,600. That's probably not very good for the leaderboard, though. We're in 8th. We're in 8th. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Got to click faster. Got to click faster. Top 3 is a prize, I think. Favorite play of L10 of a 35. All right, let's do that. And then we're going to fire off the last of my underdog drafts. I'll keep answering your questions. Of course. Of course. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. It's always very kind when people do that. I know I answer your questions anyways, but it is really sweet to do that. Oh, whoops, I sorted by the wrong thing. All right, so less than or equal to 35 here. Again, it's a lot of the same names, but my favorite, I do love J-Dub. I love Trey Murphy. I really like Jimmy Butler tonight, all 3 of those. Klingon is a great play as well. Pull up Darius Garland. I like Garland, too, with no Spida Mitchell in that game tomorrow. Yeah, so I would say, I think Garland's my favorite. Garland and J-Dub are my 2 faves. And then it's Trey Murphy and Jimmy Butler. And then it's Klingon. And then IQ and bam. That's where I would land there. That's where I would land there. Thanks again for the super chat. How the F do you know these? I do too much fantasy basketball. Why is Joe Engel? Yeah, we need more more jumping jingles. When you do scouting on scouting on So Rare. You know, I've never like officially scouted on So Rare. Isn't that weird? All right, I'm gonna jump into some underdog stuff here quickly. I'm gonna keep answering your questions. I just have 27 minutes to do these last drafts. Did we get any more injury news here? Kobe White's available. He's gonna be limited to 24 minutes. Fucking called that. We fucking called that. All right, we're going to be taking a lot of Utah Jazz in this. I'm going to share screen here in a second. We're going to do 8 right now. Oh, my God, location error. Are you kidding me? Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll just do this. Sorry, 1 second, guys. 1 second. We're going to jump into these right now. We got 26 minutes. We got to go. We got to go. We'll do 8 at a time here. We'll do 8 at a time as we do it. What else do we have in the chat? I also don't, but working with the website, I have too much time. Yeah. It's just jumping into these drafts and like just too locked into fantasy basketball stuff has just ruined my brain here. Petition to pronounce Jazz as the Yaz. Utah Jazz, baby. All right, here, let's share screen. Although this is not, why is this not loading, underdog? These hands. We are going to do that at 1.5x too. We still got to give away 2. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, #hard on. All right, so we're in all 8 of them. Yikes. We're in all 8 of them. We're going to throw that up over there. What do we got? Best cap at 13. No Denver guys. Paul Reed. There you go. Paul Reed. People say best under 33, best under 25, best under 35. It's always Paul Reed. It's always Paul Reed. These Paul Reeds have hands. These Paul Reeds. All right, let's go. Let's fire these off. Let's cook here. We got 8 drafts to go. We're just going to go nuts. As you can see, a lot of Denny, a lot of Jalen Johnson tonight. I just love this Toronto-Atlanta game. I really, really do. I really do. That's like my favorite spot of the night, I think, alongside of Utah. Is Zubac? Yeah, so Sully, that's a great question. I'm projecting Zubac for like 27 minutes. 27 minutes. You said somebody sneaky? Somebody sneaky for, I mean, what do you mean? Not the Denver guys, not Paul Reed. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've already given you all of the answers. It's up to you now to answer the questions. Let's get some Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We don't have a lot of him. So if we just sort by value, I mean, none of the Denver guys. Clint, I don't want to play Clint Capella. Yeah, you're going to be scrolling for a long time before you find somebody. Dennis Jenkins. There you go. Dennis Jenkins. Go ahead, play Dennis Jenkins. All right, we're behind here. Let's get some more Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I only have I want to end with like 10% of him. Kawhi and Maxey. The slate's been so crazy with the James Harden news has like really thrown stuff. And James Harden and the Philly stuff just like completely nuked the slate. Just absolutely nuked the slate. All right, let's see. What else do we... I'm just double-checking some injury news. Double-checking that injury news. Nothing since the Kobe White stuff, huh? Benson or Stabler? Benson forever. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, Alan. Just a reminder, too, hey, we do the show every Monday and Friday. If this is your first time here, we do it at 5 p.m. Eastern. We hang out for about an hour and a half. We give away a limited in-season card. So make sure if you haven't done so yet, you like the stream, you subscribe to the channel, you put hashtag #HardOn into the chat, and go from there. As you can see, I had a pretty heavy fade on Joel Embiid tonight because I'm just nervous that game sucks. I think Embiid's going to play, first of all, but I do think there's like a real chance he doesn't. You go, Gabe Vincent. All right, there we go. Under adversity, the big dog steps up. You're absolutely right. And then after I'm done here, I'm going to make some coconut curry chicken. Very excited about it. Very excited about it. So we're pretty even on like all of these guys here. Pretty even on all of those guys. Feel free to keep those questions coming. I know it's like a slight pivot. We just need to finish the drafts. We need to finish the drafts. We're doing some Splash Sports contests too, if that's your thing. If that's what you're into, me and you in the nude. If that's what you want to do. Devin Vassell's out again. Yeah, he's going to miss a little bit of time. Coconut chicken curry. Did a curry chicken? Did I say the chicken part? But yeah. Devin Vassell, yeah, I think he's going to miss like another week, actually. I think Devin Vassell's going to be out for a little while now. Wow, we got Keontae and Curry to fall there. Did anything weird happen? So we have 25% Lowry, 21. Let's take Keontae again. I really love that game. I want as much of that game as possible. We'll do Lowry this time. We're just going to keep going back and forth. What's everybody else up to? What are you guys getting into in the chat? It's so fucking cold here in New York. I don't know. I mean, I'm probably complaining to people that live in colder environments, but it's absolutely just nutso freezing right now. Nutso freezing. It'd be really funny if James Harden was all of a sudden ruled in. Let's check let's see if the line shifted at all, because I haven't been paying attention too much to that. So, like, this is James Harden, like, the 4th round here. When the line's still Golden State 2.5, we got to take Harden the 4th. Harden was going, like, pick 10 earlier in the day, and now is going in the 4th round. It's crazy. Freezing in Poland, too, going to watch some games tonight. Nice. Wait, what time is it in Poland right now? Like, you're just going out to watch the games? Yeah, I'll be saying New York is sick. I do love living in New York. We always talk about like where we're gonna be next. You know, getting closer to family. Both of our families, my wife and I's families, are from Massachusetts, and we go home, and it's great to be home. It's great to see the family. We love it. I'm sure we'll move back there someday. And then we'll even be mentally like, you know what? I think we should move soon. And then we come back and it's like, you know what's sick? Living in New York. Living in New York is dope as hell. We love it here. And it's cool that we get to. We understand that, like, you know, not everybody gets this opportunity. It's pretty nice. Love being in the city. Adams is in. Adams is in, huh? All right. That takes some of the fun out of our Tari Eason. Clint Capella, I think, like, I'm all set on Clint Capella, I'll tell you that right now. We'll just take Sharp there. We'll take Sharp there. Actually, let's just do this rapid fire. Let's get this over with. We only have like 10 minutes. Oh my God, I got to do it on my phone. We only have like 10 minutes left anyways, before this thing probably gets more closer to fill. Closer to filling is what I was trying to say. So let's just rattle off all of these right now. Right here, right now. There we go. So it's going to be rapid fire. How sick are we watching the Steven Adams status? I know, that's where we are. MSG Dream. It's like a dream to watch bad. Yeah, MSG is sick. You missed all of it? Arctic, I would take, no, I would take Sandro over Grimes. Sweden is even warmer than my country, bro. Yo, where are you guys? I love that this is an international show. Somebody mentioned, you guys mentioned Sweden in the chat. I would love to go to Sweden. I really would. I need to get to Sweden. Şengün down for 2 weeks. Keontae projects for 46. I'm going to take the over, though. It's 2 weeks, man. That sucks. We're going to get these hands. Don't worry. These hands are coming soon. Wow, 2 weeks. That I gotta, you know what? I'm just gonna trust my gut here. I think Tari Eason is still a great play. People are gonna be scared off Tari Eason because Capella's in, but not old Zakarian. Oh, wait, I'm using underdog projections. That's not what the fuck I wanted. Hold on one second. There we go. Denny. Yeah, I really would like to go to Sweden. So if anybody has deals on Swedish vacations, please hit me up. Please hit me up. I'm close to Sweden. Probably Swedish guys now. What is close to the Finland, not Russia? Swedish guys. Wait, are you in Finland? Is that where you are? Yeah, shut it out. I would take Trey Murphy over Fox. Yeah, I would take Murphy over Fox. Yeah, oh man, I got a lot of picks to make real fast. Here we go. Cade Cunningham, bang. We got Shaden Sharp, bang, and then we'll just double-click Peyton Pritchard. Let's get Fast PP in there. Oh, my God, I wasn't paying attention. We fell asleep at the wheel. Jalen Johnson, welcome aboard. Let's go Kawhi here. How about Kawhi? Oh, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown start is pretty fun. We like that. Getting a lot of Kawhi now, huh? Cade Cunningham, sure. No. We just said we're going to take a stand on Tari Eason. Let's do it. Some more Tari Eason here. Scotty Barnes. Let's get Scotty Barnes over here. Let's do Tari Eason again. Let's just hammer Tari Eason. Let's believe in something. I want to believe. We're going to go KD and Lowry with our boy Denny. Let's go Yeka Kongwu. And then let's go Tari Eason. Then let's go Sexy Maxi over here. Scotty Barnes. All right, let's get caught up on these picks so then I can talk to my best friends. Karl Anthony Towns. Let's go Catman. The Catman do. All right, let's do Tari again. I do like Ivica Zubats too. I know that people don't want it, but I do. Let's get Cat up in there with Cade. Wait, come on. All right, there we go. Let's do Shaden Sharp here. I do like Sharp more than Tari. Cat with Lowry. That's unique. That's unique. New York. Let's get some more KD. Let's get Amon Thompson. I haven't clicked Amon's name in a while. Lowry. Tari. Cat. All right, I entered too many in a row. We'll get Keontae. Keontae and Lowry together forever. We'll do Keontae, doing a lot of Keontaeing. All right, here we go. I can look at the chat now. Wow, Bosnian NBA comedian? Hell yeah, I'll take it. You think it's smart to play Grant Williams this week already? No, I don't. Is he even playing? I thought he was already ruled out tonight. Can't do it. Your friends had like minus 21 today. Capella's still playable, but it's not nearly as good of a play as it was before. It's not nearly as good of a play as it was before. All right, Dyson Daniels, Jimmy Butler. That's my best. That was my best billboard right there. Jimmy Butler. Devin Booker. Now we're just clicking buttons. This is not a good way to draft. I got to tell you, I'm more strategic typically during the day. I'm like, ooh, we should make this pick and make this pick. And then I panic because I don't have enough time to get my picks in before lock. So then I'm just like, what if I do 20 at once? What if I just do 20 at once? People are doing Celsius. Guys, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not messing around with that shit, all right? You can't make me do Celsius, all right? The only Celsius I'm doing is whatever that drink is. All right? All right, bruh? All right, bruh? Let's get some, let's do Shade and Shop with that one. All right, we're almost done with this, which is kind of fun. Dyson Daniels. Do I already have this lineup? Yeah, Jimmy Butler. Let's do another D-Book. Not to be confused with D-Bag. How about J-Dub with this one? Let's get some more J-Dub. Vucci Mane. We're almost done. Chetty Bang Bang. Jimmy Butler. LaMelo Ball. That's the 5th round. Let's do Yek. Anyeka Akengui. J-Dub again. Let's do Tari. We're going to get a lot of Atari. LaMelo Ball, sure. Fine. Don't let him behind the wheel, though. Hornets got 3 games. Grant out tonight, might play. I don't know. Chris, so this is Chris Vanderbeek. James Vanderbeek? This is what I would say. He would not be in my first lineup. But maybe in some of my later ones you could do it. But would not be in my first lineup. That's where I'd land. How about some Yusuf Nurkic? He might be Bosnian, but I pronounce his name Scoishly. By the way, booked the trip to Ireland with my parents and my wife for September, and I'm very excited. All right, Mike trying to secure the Celtics bag. Yeah, seriously. Random point. Derek White is so good. It's a blessing to have Derek White as one of my basketball players. Yeah, I really do love Derek White. I love watching him. He's fun to root for. Just like a cerebral player. Feels like he's always in the right place at the right time. I'm a huge Derek White fan. Well, Onyeka with the last pick of the draft. Wake up, sheeple. Onyeka again. Wake up, sheeple. But yeah, I love Derek White. Scotty Lowry. Man, as much as I would like to say Lowry, I think it's Scotty. He might be the best contract in the league. Yeah, he's up there, man. You know who's the best contract in the league? It's Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson is like the best contract in the league. Now let's get another Tyrese and one more. All right, we're done. I think we did all 150, right? We maxed. Oh, there's a Duncan after dark. Only 2.5K to first. Whatever. I'm not doing that. But yeah, Jalen Johnson's contract's crazy too because he should be a max guy. Random point. I love your picture with DeMarcus Cousins. Yeah, I mean, hey, shut up. I don't think So Rare is gonna have any presence at any sort of NBA live event in America again. But if they do, So Rare NBA had a lot of people. Not a lot. I had a handful of people at All-Star Weekend, and I was lucky enough that they had me come over and make some content for them. And I was lucky enough they had me do some stuff on the little cruise that they did, and I got to meet Boogie DeMarcus Cousins. So that was a lot of fun. Just hanging on we're going to do it. Don't worry. Didn't people last year say he was overpaid? I don't think anybody said White was overpaid. I think because Derek White was somebody that they were like, oh, we could trade this guy because he's like such a valuable contract if you thought they were like tanking. But thankfully they're not. White over 18.5 points. Man, yeah, I think so. I saw that you finished third last week in your newsletter. Congrats. Yeah, we finished third on Saturday. Saturday night. Friday night. Yeah, we finished third on Saturday night. Jaylen Brown cooked, and that helped out. I would take Jimmy over Bam, man. Bam has been horrible. Which player scores 50-plus NBA points this week? That's a great... I think... All right. 50-plus this week, huh? If the Wizards keep this game close against the Bucks on Wednesday, Giannis. I feel like Giannis could go for 50 on Wednesday. Honestly, you know what? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on a back-to-back against the Charlotte Hornets after losing a game and playing poorly against Phoenix, SGA could do it, which makes me nervous because I went out of my way not to draft him today. All right, it's going to be a lot of the same guys, Victor, but let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. 30, Kappa 30, Kappa 30. So yeah, Paul Reed is number one, which is correct. Oh no, that's projection. Yeah, Paul Reed is still number one. So I would rank him like this. Even though Ja Morant is questionable, I'd go Ja Morant number one, Nickeil Alexander-Walker number two, R.J. Barrett number three, Stephon Castle number four. Then I would go Paul Reed number five, Beef Stew number five, Paul Reed number six, R.J. Barrett. I know I already said R.J. Barrett. There you go. Cade's in. There we go. I got nervous with that downgrade. Okay, I like Matas for 27. Sure, I like it. I mean, he's going to get plenty of opportunity here with no Giddey and Kobe White. What happened? All right, I legit don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. My camera just shut off. That was crazy. Camera just shut off. That was crazy. That was crazy. I blame Borland and is Bustella's comment. Can you guys hear me okay right now? Can you hear me okay right now? That was crazy. That was crazy. That was wild. Yeah, Mike ruled out. I don't even know. I think my foot hit something that like unplugged something, but I don't know. I don't even know what it would have been there. That was so wild. I don't even know what it was plugged into. Anyways, whatever. What we're gonna do is just give this thing away. We're gonna have to save. I think we're gonna have to save these hands because I don't have access to the volume of stuff right now. So we're gonna do the giveaway. This is crazy. I feel like what was that movie? What was the horror movie? What was it? In the woods, early 2000s. Head for the river. I can't remember what it was called. You know what I'm saying? Where it was shot like on a camcorder. Blair Witch. Thank you. Blair Witch. All right, let's do this. Thank you guys. All right, let's give this thing away. And then I got to figure out what happened. This is really going to affect my work life if I'm able to not if I can't figure out what's going on with the camera. I know, right? All right, let's go. Let's give this thing away. Last call. Yeah, Titanic, get the fuck out of here. Last call. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel, hashtag hard on. Whether you were watching Avatar, Anchorman, whether you're watching on the So Rare channel or on Elite Fantasy Sports, appreciate everybody for hanging out. Good luck out there in those fantasy streets. Keep the streaks alive. Don't go streaking unless you're hot. Unless you're hot, you can do it. Here we go. Mike's in his found footage era. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you guys later. Come join out the NBA bit Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Oh, Yeet Kara. Yeet Kara. Congrats on the W, everybody. We're going to call it there. Apologies for the chaos here at the end, but that's why you tune in. We'll see you guys.